Hello and welcome here to more Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. Got some big transfer news coming up for you tonight, and it's already reaching that stage of the year when I'm up very late reacting to some big Barcelona news, because in today's video we are going to be talking about Sergio Aguero, and not only him and that imminent signing, but also Memphis Depay. Could both of those players be arriving at Barca? If they do, what are they going to add to this current squad? And also what you've got to factor in as well, what could that mean for the forwards right now who are already here? Will we see exits? And if we are going to, who will it be? It is all coming up and all covered here. Let's get to it. Because let's start first of all with the big breaking news there coming on Friday evening, and it is all surrounding Sergio Aguero and Barcelona. We have known now for several days and indeed several weeks that talks had been going on between those two parties, but now it is virtually confirmed that this summer Sergio Aguero will join Barcelona on a free transfer from Manchester City. Everything there is done between the two, the agreements are in place, and even over the next few days Sergio Aguero there will go through his medical examination before officially signing for Barcelona. The deal, though, will not become official until after the Champions League final. Of course, Sergio Aguero still has one huge game, the biggest game really, in Man City colours, coming there against Chelsea in the final. But right now, like I say, this deal is very much going to happen, and we do as well have some specifics on the contract especially. That is, of course, going to be the big talking point here, because Aguero is going to sign on a short-term 2-year deal until 2023, and that for me is a good contract length there. You've got to remember right now that Sergio Aguero, 32 years old, he's actually going to turn 33 in less than 2 weeks' time, so quite clearly there, you don't want him on too much of a long-term deal. 2 years is about right there without taking too much risk from our side. And if you're looking particularly at the salary he is going to earn at Barcelona, this was indeed the big point that we were all looking at and thinking, okay, this is going to be the deal breaker, and I've got to say, it's very encouraging. Sergio Aguero there will sign on a deal worth €5 million per year, which equates there to €96,000 a week, which I've got to say, and I said before, that is really good negotiating from Joan Laporta. Because if you factor in that right now at Man City is earning over €250,000, Laporta there has managed to agree a deal with Aguero for less than half of that salary over that 2-year period. And I'm also really pleased to see that in that contract, usually when you're signing players on a free, there are very big signing on fees. You can actually pay out millions to the individual. But the one bonus right now that is being reported that's included in Aguero's deal is actually if Barca win the Champions League. And I've said before that those performance-related bonuses, that's the way you should go. That is the way that any top club there, aspiring to be the best and also aspiring to be run efficiently, that's the way that you should do business. You should pay out your players there based on how they perform. That is the way that it always should have been. And certainly I believe we are going to see much more of those kind of bonuses included in deals there to give players an extra motivation to go and win these trophies. And of course Aguero will arrive in Barcelona already having experienced La Liga, although quite a few years ago now with Atletico Madrid. He was absolutely fantastic there in the colours of Atleti. And of course it shouldn't take him too long to strike up a partnership with Lionel Messi, given the fact the two of them are basically grown up together. Very good friends they are, and they've been playing so long together with the Argentinian national team. But understandably, not everybody is fully convinced here by the Aguero signing, and look, I can understand that. We are going to talk in a moment about some of the drawbacks and the potential risks you take there by signing Aguero. But one thing that I do disagree with is many people saying, you know what, why are we signing Aguero when we just gave Suarez away? Why didn't we just keep Suarez? We're bringing in somebody here in Aguero who's of a similar age, same position, he's a goal scorer just like Suarez. Why didn't we just keep him? Well, the answer to that is down to the wages. And when you look at the kind of numbers here, it is very clear why we had to get rid of Suarez and why actually here we've now brought Aguero in to fill that kind of role, but for significantly less. You see there those wages of Aguero, $96,000 a week, compared there to Suarez, who reportedly was earning at Barca before he left. He was the second highest earner at the club, earning around $400,000 every week. So Aguero there on 4 times less the money than Suarez was, and that is why that comparison, it's non-existent. But But, like I say, there is no denying that when it comes to Aguero, we've already spoken about the fact that he is getting on now in his career. He is coming to his final years. There's no denying that. There's no escaping that. And also, of course, he's had a season this campaign where he's been very, very limited in terms of his minutes and also, therefore, in terms of his goals. He's had a very injury-hit campaign. He's not really been able to gather any sort of momentum or confidence throughout the season. And, of course, when it comes to injuries, Aguero is no stranger anyway. It's not just been this season, right throughout his career. He has been a player who's been injury prone. We are going to have to be really, really careful with him. And of course, given our medical staff, that doesn't fill me with any confidence whatsoever. But if we can get him out on the field, he is somebody who can be that number 9 profile, that poacher in front of goal, that when we're creating chances, when we're looking to break the deadlock in a game, he is the man who right throughout his career, we know he can score goals. So I think, to be honest, when it comes to Aguero, the conclusion that you would make right now is that, look, in a summer where money is tight, we are not blessed with big transfer fees, we have to also keep lowering our wage bill. I think Aguero, he's a kind of risk-free deal. We brought him in here on a 2-year deal. We're all hoping that he can stay fit. He's coming into a young team. He's bringing there a bit of experience with him. He can link up with Messi. And I think overall, for those kind of wages, that was the very, very big point for me. The fact that we're not paying Aguero through the roof. That is key. And that is why we just got to hope he can get out there and do what he does best. Score goals. And indeed, when it comes to Memphis Depay, things appear to be moving along very, very swiftly indeed too, because apparently Depay could not be far behind Aguero when it comes to signing for Barcelona. And one of the reasons for that is that because negotiations right now are actually being carried out between Memphis himself and the club. He actually decided there to represent himself. He got rid of his agent. Very, very similar actually to what Kevin De Bruyne did recently when he was renewing Man City. He didn't have any agent at all involved in that deal. It was simply him and the club negotiating. Right now, that is happening with Depay, and he said negotiations are going to be so easy that even my mother could do it. So I'm very looking forward there to Joan Laporta being on the phone to Mrs. Depay. But apparently, indeed, Barca has stepped up those negotiations with Memphis over the past few days, getting closer and closer to a deal. The two parties are moving really, really close now, and that deal could be announced any day now after Depay pretty much confirmed that he is going to be leaving Lyon at the end of the season. He said his time there was very, very helpful to him as a player. He learned to be a man. That's really important, I feel, because at United, maybe there he was a bit immature, a bit unprofessional, but I think at Lyon, he has been really, really impressive, so driven, and he's played so much football and really, really impressive stuff too. Apparently as well, the good news is Depay is not going to sign on a long-term deal. We are not going to be handing out 4-year deals, 5-year deals to every single player here, and again, that's positive signs. Depay apparently will sign on a 2 or 3-year contract at the maximum, and that's good to see. Very clever business once again from the board, because what that means is we're not taking too much risk. Once again, you want to bring down that level of risk to an absolute minimum, because you look at it right now with Memphis, we're bringing him in. He is a different kind of player to Aguero. He's somebody maybe who's not the out-and-out number 9. He has played there in recent years for Lyon, for the Netherlands, but he's somebody maybe who can work around and be a bit more flexible, left, right, maybe dropping off a little bit as well. So he's a different kind of player. You're bringing in 2 different type of forwards here, but I think it's a low-risk deal, because after the first year, if it doesn't work out, what have you really got to lose? You brought Memphis in on a free. It's a relatively short-term contract. If things don't go well, if he's not really adding what you hoped he would, you just probably sell him on. At the end of his year at Barcelona, you're still going to get plenty of clubs there saying, you know what, we would take on Memphis Depay. It's not going to be a disaster. It's a low-risk signing, again, in a summer where we don't have much money. And the guy's 27. He is working here into his prime years. He's extremely motivated, despite what his reputation may tell you. This is a man who will work hard, and he believes he is ready for this move. But of course, guys, the question would be, if you are bringing in Sergio Aguero, if you are also going to bring in Memphis Depay, 2 players there that you can bring in for a low cost, as we've said, somebody, though, you feel like has to leave. We've got a number of forwards right now in this team, only a maximum of, say, 2, 3 can play at any given time there in the starting 11, so I do feel as though signing not only Aguero, but Memphis too, both of them together, somebody big is going to have to leave. We've heard rumours about Antoine Griezmann. We've heard rumours about Ousmane Dembele. His contract situation is really, really uncertain. And I will say this now. I honestly believe, hearing about these 2 joining, that either Griezmann or Dembele will leave the club this summer, with the club still finding themselves in a very precarious financial situation. So indeed, guys, after that big news indeed surrounding Sergio Aguero, and not only him, but also Memphis Depay, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on each of those individuals and what you believe they can bring to this team. Are you happy with the signing? Do you feel as though it's the right way to go this summer? And with them coming in, do you believe somebody big could be leaving? Let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. I will see you soon, of course, with more videos to come. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.